Yeah, back in August. There was a
So have you completed the forms to say that you've not received the payments, or
well,
what have they done with you?
back in August, I had a job interview on a signing day. So I let them know. They said, okay, we'll pass it on. And then I came to sign on. They said, you've been signed off. And I said, why was that? They said, oh, you didn't come to your last one. I said, yeah, but I told the lady. And since then, they've stopped every payment since then. So I made a reclaim. I appealed for the payment for that one. So I haven't had anything back on. I sent off 2 appeals.
Right.
I made a reclaim. I started working actually part-time as a cleaner.
Okay.
And the hours were very low, so I could still claim Jobseeker's allowance.
Right.
So they said, okay, bring your pay slips in. So I did. And they calculated it wrong. They calculated it over the average of 3 months using the wrong data.
Right.
So they said, you've got more money than you need. So I showed her, Tracy, I showed her that...
What's your national insurance number? Let me just get into your record while you're telling me.
Let's have a look. Okay. Somewhere. Would it be on the book?
Yeah, it should be. On the front.
If not, I've got it somewhere else.
No, there is.
Okay. And they said, and Tracy said, yeah, there's a problem with that. We'll sort that out. I can't do anything, but I'll ask the benefit handlers. They'll call me, and they've contacted me. But
right, the last thing on here is they contacted you, well, they tried to contact you on the 30th of October, saying that you'll need to provide payslips.
To who? To
the benefit centre.
Where is that? I don't know.
Well, you'll need to bring them in here so that we can send them over.
I've done that, but I can bring it again. I've got it here. But
okay.
I gave it to Tracy. She said, she just gave it back to me.
Oh, wait, no, 15 before we're second. There's no payslips supplied. When did you bring them in to Tracy then?
See, I have the date on a laptop. Because I recorded.
So at the moment they're taking into account pay of $77.03 each week.
She's just said they averaged it wrong, and that needs to be, the benefit handlers need to contact me.
Right, well they tried to contact you to ask you to provide the pay slip, and that was on the 30th of October, so have you heard anything from them since then?
I phoned them back, I phoned the place back and said, can they make another thing for them to phone me? They said, okay, so I waited in 2 days, and there wasn't any call from them.
Right. I think the best thing is for me to resend those pay slips, because until they get those, they're not going to do anything.
Okay. I read in the legislation that if a new claim is made after the dispute or the pay slips, you still have to provide the new benefits from that, because the pay slips is something that was before a new claim was made. So it's like I've already been agreed to be provided with benefits, even with the conditions of the benefit. But I've definitely got it with me. You still got the hardships from this?
I've only got that one from last night. I was trying to do. Is it the young man? Yeah, I've done it. I've had a chance to call. It's been awarded, and I've emailed them, sent it over to them to consider an urgent payment.
Yeah, it's been done.
Is it just the one pay slip then?
There is that one. And then I have.
Are you still working then?
No. The season's ended because it's a holiday park. So the last few, I did literally 2 days, and then after that, so I should have. I'm still trying to get the pay slip from the employer. I'm going to go in today actually after this. But that's the one that she said, yeah, the details are wrong on the thing.
So you made your new claim. When did you reclaim from then?
Oh God. be on the records. It would be way back.
So this is showing that you had £238, yeah, on the 2nd of October. Right, so you're due another pay slip, are you?
I have to pick it up from the...
Did you say you've actually finished work?
No, I don't work for them anymore, no.
So have they done the...
She made me sign an agreement, yeah, to say I don't agree with, I don't work for them anymore.
Okay, and when was that done?
That was last time I saw her. It was about a week, last Thursday. Or
We'll just do that again to make sure. What's your first name?
Oswin, O-S-W-I-N.
O-S-W-I-N. And who were you employed by?
It was
Lodestar.
Yeah, Lodestar Cleaning, New Beach Holiday Park.
And when did you last work?
No, I've given her all this. I mean,
what was the last day you worked?
Well, the first time I came here was like a week after I stopped working, so I mean we'd have to go back through the records. Last time I worked for a month and then left it. If I've given her this information, it should still be recorded.
It obviously hasn't reached through to the benefit team, so that's why I'm doing it again, just to make sure that they have all that information.
I must have it somewhere.
So when is your final pay due?
Well, it's usually the 3rd of a new month, so it should be through pretty much. It should have come through.
Is it in your bank account?
No, that's why I'm going to go and see them. First claim. Nothing really here that tells you, but I know it's as if I can't remember his name now. He was quite young. Upstairs I went and he I worked for September, August. Would have been, I don't know, it's on your records.
I can't send the form without you telling me the date that you stopped work.
Okay.
Because it won't allow me to send it without all the information on there.
Where have I got it? It would just be if you go back through the records to the first time.
The last thing that's here is 23rd of October. It's saying please get information to close part-time work. So we haven't had that information yet. So you need to find out the date that you last worked so that we can send off that closure form.
I thought the records go back to the first time I saw you, not a new claim, because if anything was disputed then, you wouldn't have any...
Well, on the 23rd of October, that's when you were last seen, and there it's stating, please get information to close part-time work, and there's no evidence that we've had that information since the 23rd of October.
Well, I have the recording of the last...
23rd of October would have been your last signing time.
You
signed today?
No, next Thursday is the next signing for me.
You just signed today at 1:30.
That's crazy, because I went to speak to the man, and he said no. Hang
Got
on.
1:30 signing today.
Yeah, but it's just the 20th on another sheet.
You've got another appointment with your coach on the 20th, but you are due to sign today at 1:30.
I spoke to the man, and he said, no, you're not on the records. He said...
Yep, you're here.
Well, it wasn't on him.
Thursday the 6th of November at 1:30. You're due to see Claire to sign. So Are you able to find, if you can find out the date you finished work by your 1:30 signing, then Claire can do that end of part-time work form.
I recorded the last meeting with Tracy, and it has in the meeting I discussed the pay slips. She admitted there was a problem, and I also, every single detail about my last work she recorded. It's on a recording. I can play it back, but
right.
It's a bit of a
But
hassle.
it's not recorded here. It's not registered here anywhere.
I've got it on the laptop down there. I've got the recording of it.
But as I say, you are due to sign at 1:30 today. So if you can establish when you finished work before your 1:30 signing, then they can do that form.
Do it then, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for that information, and they're waiting for your final pay slip to come through as well.
Well, yeah, if there's a new claim, it's a
but
new
what they've
agreement.
done is they've taken it into account as part-time work because you're working less than 16 hours a week. They've recorded it as part-time earnings.
It's 2 days a week, yeah. I mean, it's hardly any, not much hours, but they agreed to top up the benefits. But I think I came in. Yeah, I thought I had to be here today. I went.
You
to
definitely have an appointment.
Thank goodness, you
they are
reminded me.
expecting you.
They're
They're expecting you at 1:30, so you've got 15 minutes. I don't know. Do you need to make a phone call to try and find out when you finished work? Because without that information, then they won't be able to progress your claim.
I can either check the recording or I can come back with the details, but either way I thought that the new claim is an agreement with
what they're doing,
outstanding
what they've done on your claim is they've taken it as part-time work to see if there's any top-up available to you, Jobseeker's allowance. So until we do that form, until that form is completed saying that you've stopped doing the part-time work, then they will continue taking that amount into account. So the way to progress it is for us to complete that form saying that you've stopped working part-time, but I need the date that you last worked. I need to know when you stopped the part-time work to complete and send that form.
Right, yeah. Well, that's your, I mean, this is their error, really. I've given it to them. I have recordings of it.
I have no record on your computer, on the computer records to show that that's been provided.
But then that's just your error, because I have a recording of the conversation.
But that's all I can go by, the information that's recorded on here. Which is why I'm trying to say, if you can bring that date in, then we can get that end of part-time work form completed.
Well,
so you, as I say, you've got,
again, yeah, I don't mind. It will be the third time of doing it, but I can do it.
But
again,
I need you to give me that date. I need you to find out what date you stopped work.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a problem.
But as I say, you've got your signing at 1:30, so if you go to that, but if you can find out the date before you go upstairs, then Claire may well be able to do that form for you.
I'll have a good look for it. Yeah.
Okay.
It shouldn't really be.
If not, you'll need to bring it back in so that one of us can send it over for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a problem. It's just I wasn't expecting to have to give it, again. But no, I should be able to get the date.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem. Just put this stuff away. Oops.
But yeah, you're due upstairs, so it's 10 minutes before your appointment, so you can go upstairs and wait.
Oh, that would be great.
Okay, and then they will call you when they're ready for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
All right then.
I have to sign sign on the Jobseeker. Jobseeker. 1 WHA. Come on, taxi there.